And we have this statement from Veritas. Take a look at this. This is where it gets, I get the most offended. Here are a few examples of what has been uncovered so far by PV leadership. Here's the first thing I'll say. James O'Keefe is Project Veritas. He started it. He's the one who paid the prices for it. And I assume most people are donating for him to do what he does because they believe in him. They say $14,000 on a charter flight to meet someone to fix his boat under the guise of meeting with a donor. Sorry, I just literally don't believe it. That just sounds like nonsense. And here's the other thing I'll tell you. If James didn't do the right thing, or he tried to by starting a nonprofit, if James just did a private corporation and said, donate money, it's not tax deductible and I can do whatever I want with it, nobody would bat an eye at James O'Keefe getting a private jet. Not that I believe that he would misuse funds this way. Here, look at this one. $60,000 in losses by putting together dance events such as Project Veritas Experience.
That I disagree with. Those are not losses. Those are some of the most memorable Project Veritas experiences.
Exactly.
Well, also, doesn't Turning Point USA put on all kinds of dance events, stuff for students?
Yep.
Like, if nonprofits lost money on one thing but made it up in a different area, that's okay, right? They have to. Not everything they're going to do is going to be financially successful, even if ultimately it works out to be in the green.
Yeah, these show different dynamics of James and the crew, the people that he was working with, that it's not just some stodgy news organization. I think it enlivened a lot of young people to get involved because he's also an artist, like a dancer. So I think that was fantastic use of funds.
The story I was just telling Ian, we did an event in New York with Minds, and James O'Keefe was there. And there's a side stage area. It's kind of like backstage. And there's a group of, there's a bunch of people getting ready to go on. And I see James and I'm like, James, do a moonwalk. And then the whole room breaks aside and everyone stands there as James O'Keefe moonwalks perfectly through the side stage. That kind of thing, in my opinion, I know maybe it's silly, but that is not a loss. When James was doing these videos, he was making a character of Veritas that was something more than just a hidden newsroom that sometimes posts viral clips. It was giving character and personality. This is ridiculous. I'm sorry, man.
It sounds personal because if this was about money and he cost the company a couple $100,000, him leaving and all these people leaving, like these are the hardcore donors that are leaving. The last 130,000 people are the people that are going to throw $10 a month at Project Veritas. That's 1.3 million.
The donors already filed that cease and desist letter, right? They said, we want our money back if you are getting rid of James. We gave because of him. And so therefore, if he's not there, then this is not the organization that we gave money to.
Can they get their money back? Is that legal?
I have heard some organizations do it, other times not. I'm not an expert on it. It's uncommon for people to be able to donate money and then take it back.
So it sounds like
it would go to court, I assume.
It sounds personal. It sounds like some people really didn't like the way James was doing it, and because if they want to, or if it was about money, then they made a really stupid fiscal error in removing James because he's a moneymaker.